There is currently a serious revolution going on in the world. Well, let me not use the word world. Currently, there's a revolution happening, in Africa currently. Look at what happened in Burkina Faso. Look at what is currently happening in Congo, between Congo and Goma people. Look at what happened in Niger and other neighboring African countries, within. There is a revolution for freedom. And that is why we have to protect our own freedom with everything we have, with every ounce in us. United States of Biafra is what we have, and we have to protect it. I'm saying this morning because of the fact that, I think once again, we are about to lose focus, and it will be disastrous if the Prime Minister comes back between today, tomorrow, or in few weeks to come, to find a structure that he built strongly, and to fight and find the people that he has been fighting for. In fact, the current ordeal of the Prime Minister Simon Ekpa and Joko is because of what he believes in, and that is Biafra. Do not forget that this man was even a wealthy man before taking the mantle from Nnamdi Kanu when Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped. Simon Ekpa and Joko, had all he wanted in life. He has a family. He lives well in Finland. He's a political guru in Finland. Known political guru for that matter. He is a lawyer. He runs contracts with big companies. And also, he was in the military. Not forgetting that he was an Olympic champion for the zoo. So he was an athlete. I think a long jumper also, who represented the zoo in Olympics. So what are we saying? We are talking about a complete young man who could have chosen to live a very happy life without going through this whole issue. He hasn't had any issue, of any major issue that has led him to any prison whatsoever. But he chose his people. He chose Biafra. He chose freedom. He chose the United States of Biafra because there is a revolution going on. And when the spirit of Biafra captures your heart, then you don't have any other choice than to fight for that freedom to the end. So shame on those, who has been calling out Simon Ekpa. That means you have been insulting the spirit of Biafra, and the wrath of Biafra will fall upon you. On that note, I want to use this opportunity to announce that today is the 29th day of December, and you're going to hear this for the first time on Let's Talk TV. Simon Ekpa Njoko will be released any moment from now. It could be today, it could be tomorrow, it could be whenever. But one thing I can assure you is that Simon Ekpa Njoko will be released soon. And that is already going on currently, because there are so many international communities who are already interested in this issue, and I'm going to give you a proof of that. But before we do, I want to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wonderful people, wherever you're joining us from today. This is Let's Talk TV, where we talk about Biafra, freedom, where we talk about everything happening in Biafran land. Do not forget to always share our video to as many groups, to as many platforms as possible. God bless you.
About that. That is what we're fighting against. We are defending ourselves, and we have armed ourselves to fight Nigeria to the last day. We have done it before. The only difference now is that today we have social media. If social media was there in the 1960s, somebody will do what I'm doing today. In those days, we have a man called Okokondem. Okokondem was broadcasting for Radio Biafra and was propagating Biafra stuff, but because there were no social media, so he would have done even what I'm doing today, I believe so. So this is what will make a difference. And my activities on social media is educating the people, telling them that
that will everything. Ndụ na-ada ụtụ na-ebu n'anya subu n'anya wala kedu ihe ọzọ ịchọrọ ka m gwa gị nna na-ekwu na-akọwara gị nadị anyị gedo ntị ife nna akọ ma a na onwere otu mkpụrụ eziokwu ị nwere ike ịghọta n'ife na-ekwu ị na-ekwu okwu ọhịa ihe niile a na-akọwa ebe anyị na na the only thing ị na-asị na ọhịa is not everything ọhịrị pụta na ebe ahụ nna onne.
Right, that you have a right to say no and you have the right to say yes.
Who's funding you and your organization?
Biafra people are funding my organization.
Not the Tinubu party.
I have nothing to do with Tinubu, and you know, it's very funny. A lot of people said Tinubu paid me 25 million. How is that possible? How is it possible?
You're denying
I don't know who is Tinubu. I have never communicated with anybody close to him. Just like the way they forged the letter. The reason why this letter issue, Nigeria is a criminal country. They breed criminals, and that's what we're fighting against. The reason why the letter on gets sorted out easily and fast was because it was against Finland, and Finland have to officially react to the letter, and the letter went viral. There are so many lies against me out there on social media. Nobody could come and say it is not true. Okay, so and those lies, when they continue to say it and maintain it, it becomes truth when nobody debunk it.
You talk about criminals. Do you think the candidates for the presidency are criminals?
They are all criminals, yes. All of them.
Even Peter Obi?
Peter Obi is a criminal.
Well, he's a southerner, isn't he? I
am not a tribal. Listen, I'm not a tribalist. I'm not a tribalist. And that is what makes us different. We want, if I'm criticizing you, I criticize you with fact and figures. I'm going to tell you how all of them are correct. Do I explain? One, starting from Atiku. Atiku was indicted in the United States for money laundering. He's a criminal. How do you think if Nigeria is a United States, Atiku will come back and start contesting with the criminal record he has had for money laundering? Tinubu was indicted in the United States for drug pushing. The records are there. So it's criminal. Nigeria is being ruled by criminals, and they bring criminals. Peter Obi his name was in Pandora. He didn't deny it. He's also the part of international money laundering crime. He has $15 million in offshore accounts.
But surely Obi, being a southerner, is on the side of your people.
That is the problem. Why must you have somebody that have to be in the side of my people? That is the dangerous diversity that have brought us this far. Because it will never work. Everything about Nigeria is what favors my people. I don't want to. We want a Biafra where everything favors everybody.
Exactly.
But when you have Nigeria, it is either Fulani. Now we don't even have outside anymore because Fulani have overshadowed them. So it is either you are fighting for Northerner as a Fulani Muslim, or you are fighting for Yorubas, or you are fighting for Igbo people. So how can you continue in that kind of system? This is why we must, make sure that we don't validate Nigeria again. So let me just say that. Yeah. My name. Yeah, cool. It's a meter. Yeah. Sorry, that's my security. Yeah.
Right.
And
What's your relationship with Mr. Kano?
On eba uti ojenija uti security yo. Yeah, neighbor gwala the other guy, this is my security. Obatobie they move around. Ebe ono na eje na Finland on eje with security. Also, this is my security. Ogosi he shows you that this man is not an ordinary person. Afuchakwa na oje. Owu na obata obi eje chichi ije apụta. Biafra oye jiki we pụta. Because ote no on eche for this. If you me ote no on eche. Come on, mazi that no you are busy in this form. Ma come on eche, and he prepare us very well. All that no gen kele. Our business ojiri obata obi eme. Ihe a mere na eme, anyị niile unite together. Anyị ese okwu, onwere ife na-ese na anyị were one mind. Ihe anyị kala ime nda awụ obere ife. Mana omego has go the game, and the game has to destroy. Yeah, to destroy. Abịaghị imezi emezi no imebi emebi. Onye ji wee bịa. Because the time I will I jena bịa na social media akpọ nka onye akpọ nka iyi onye akpọ nka ọzọ iyi onye akọ nka ọzọ onye aka anyị will that opportunity na light for Finland with one mind. Now bomb with evidence send megbuwara mmadụ ise ya were picture now you buy agbapụ now that give us steady. Man, nobody is doing nothing again. It's like nobody care any longer. And no, if Ogenkele is not here for Biafra. Ogenkele neighbor the business he wanna game on as na galia. Game on as zuketa we fortune is and on our walk. On our walk. But I don't worry. Our walk cha yeni na ye end in a court. Na court ka everything we end. Or you can now go and say, you can do something because you have power. But let me tell you something, Mr. Man. You are in Europe. I am on Nigeria. You can do your business with Nigeria because Nigeria there is no law. Anybody can do anything, be blind by the criminality or a farmer. But now Europe, all who that game. Make it quite sure that you win this war because this problem will turn against you. Okay, can I go on finance minister? Biafran finance minister. Go on when you have maka ego. Ego on emele laundry mania. Ego on a patrano you go on when you mela arrange. Go on when you mela arrange, you know everything. Don't worry. Okay, for that, no ya turn chama jidegi. It will stop you. I were just watching. I need Kaina nege kwanti.
Kano is the leader of indigenous people of Biafra and
Did you talk? Do you have contact with him?
Well, we communicate somehow, but that's a confidential issue.
He's disadvantaged.
Which means he communicates with our leader, Mazen Nanikan. Only Bosmono na so no the sure. Ni no but because you watch ya template about to be any no but to be name our leader Mazen Nanikan see wage. Automatically our leader Mazen Nanikan can read. Because he no yaka di obato be no one ko obato be wo putinye nkiyawa. ihe niile ahụ otu ahụ ọbata obi esi wekwa otu ahụ ka ọ dị. And that is why I like ọbata obi so much. Ihe niile ọ na-eme otu ahụ o si chọọ, otu ahụ o si kwue ka o si wee dị na na-ege ntị.
Violence. He thinks he's made statements to say that
everybody condemn violence. I condemn violence.
Okay.
I've always condemned violence. On social media, maybe you don't follow that. But where is the violence coming? Who are those committing the violence? They're the Nigerian state. And their intention is to use violence to blackmail what we're doing. And of course, you do not expect people who are Nigerians who are angry, who have lost hope. And the next thing you see from them is when you are hopeless, you become violent. So what is happening now is not caused by anybody. It is caused by the system itself. And until we begin to understand that the violence happening in Nigeria is being generated by the Nigeria system itself, we will never be telling ourselves the truth.
Are you going to rein in your rhetoric a little bit now? Because we're in the election period. You know your word, people hang on to your words, and it can cause some violence, can't it?
Well, I don't care. We are already at war. In Biafra side of Nigeria, there is a war going on there, and I don't know why media are not covering it. Do you see a democratic place where the plane will be throwing bombs to the people? It's war. The villages are getting burnt, houses are getting burnt. Even in Ukraine, where you're going to now, the number of people dying in Biafra land outnumber the people dying in Ukraine. So how do you balance that? And who are doing this? The Nigeria themselves, the Nigeria state. When the military comes to the village, instead of protecting the people, they get angry because they obey our orders and then they start burning their villages. So we don't want to continue like that. We want to have, the only solution to this is the disintegration of Nigeria. And if Nigeria do not disintegrate now, the disintegration later on will be very, very, very chaotic. It will be very hard before international community, if they continue to let us manage this and force people into election in Biafra land, when this time bomb is going to explode, it will affect everyone.
One last question.
Yeah.
Who's going to win the election?
Election is not happening in Biafra land.
Asymmetrical war with Biafra, Finland and Norway, and the world. What is?
Ọkwụna anụgie. Okwusigo. Ọ maka ndị na-atụ ụjọ. Agwala m ụnụ na-atụzi n'ụjọ. Mụnwa ada ndị gboo gwara ụnụ ọ na-atụzi n'ụjọ. Ama m ife unu ji atụrụ ụjọ, mana nsogbu adịghị, obi si unu niile ike. O tegata aka ọ dịwala njọ, ọ ma dị mma. Ọbata obi anọ na be anyị, ọ nọ na zoo, ife ọ nọ na Finland, and the Finland they can never, no matter amount, ọsọkwa subulu oyiri niile nọ n'ala Igbo, oyiri niile nọ na Biafra land bunye Finland, they can never deport ọbata obi back to Nigeria. Mepele ọnụ na social media, see that na life ya dị danger na ọwụ na ya bata na ha ya egbu ya. Ọ dịghị possible. Nke ahụ human right abuse nke amaghị na-esi eme. Onye gwara gị ya dị mmadatara na Nigeria dị capable to igbu ya. Okay, na our leader Maazị Nnamdi Kanu. Finland ọsọ na fa na half ihe na-eme. They know everything. Ha everything. Ndị ama ihe o, ndị ama ihe. Mana ha na-eso gị chere ha amaghị ihe. Ha ma ihe ha na-eme. So now anya ka nje nsị ka wepụta ya ka unu gee ife okwu. Okwusigo ka ije no ama no odu nke maka dis ihe a wepụta. At least na some of you ya duzi afọ ya eju, some of you people na-ajụ ajụjụ gbasara Oh my God. O nwere ife m chọrọ igosi unu. Ngosichaa ya unu, then eje m ebe ọzọ. Achọbụ m igosi this thing, mana achọrọ m iji this opportunity wee zie this little boy ozi. Because na this small boy, I don't know him, and I don't care to know him. But ihe m chọrọ ime ka ọ mara that na I will be a food for him. Nni a na-eri eri for him. Ihe anyị ji si na mma awụ nni a na-eri eri for this boy, no ọmụnwa ya na-efidi nni. This guy ji m eme program. Ịma ọ chọrọ ka ego nkele frustration, wee frustration na-enye onye ahụ small boy. Ọ gbaa na isi awọ everywhere, ma gbachakwuo m isi awọ na ahụ ọnụ upon his age. A small boy. Ọ gbaa na because of envy and the jealous and the obi mgbawa enweghị ike ime mmadụ. Emere life, Messia life, because of life means na NGJ Twitter, co-host. I don't even care, my dear. I stream it again today. And the man stream is steady. Unless I'm more Fabia life on a stream here. Stream here 5 hours, start 4 minutes today. And the one on your phone, I just send them the link. Somebody send him link. Goes in a age life. Then I followed the link, I stream it, and that I'm happy. Now stream and my people know at least in the channel get the Twitter. Because sim go when I go and buy a question, I'm asking me stream. Then I say yes, my yes is my yes, my no is my no. So here's on what this is small boy. I just go to check a program without that, and the boy I can just see that now. How more any. Way free and actually we hit 1,000 subscribers so that OJ monetize their page. And the channel my Biafrans had hit that 1,000 subscribers, only 1,000 so that can monetize that page because half a young get a buy and get a boy ozuoshi. I know that now because of Nandebai, I hit 1,000 subscribers. So because he telling the 1,000 subscribers, go monetize their page here because I'm a food for him. At least the go me bohi. Manana ma gwazo genkele. Let's organize this guy. I want a food be can mezelengi advertise. On a long go from at least on Akba than the boy. Na ko than the boy. And this guy man old cargo. And all man we no all man and dangerous. He know that Nandi very, very dangerous for him and for all his cabals. If you near me, you know, yeah, that near me, go to take on the video upon now. I give him content. Yeah, Jeno, watch, yeah, program this guy without me. Highest 300 viewers. Man, I'm going out in the picture. What the wow. I'm going out in the picture more and I watch 1,000 something. Shows you that I'm a star. In a gym, in a gym, because Biafrans, because complete us need who hit 1,000 subscribers. Because he telling the 1,000 subscribers. At least he can the 1,000 subscribers doesn't mean anything. No, he makes a program. More than watch Riano. I dare monetize page. He monetize go there. Viewers we hear me ye na go. But no no eja than them and degre na come or na come on. Iye enwelu now. Iye enwe problem. But let me tell you something, my dear. Ebi bido go do pota urumu kiji pota. Well come the lady. I do be lady for you now. Because Afunga is a small boy. Me name something with you is an insult for me. In the face. It's now character assassination. And you know that. Now character assassination. You be name something and you can go away be see kalege. Ndu gbara mgbọrọgwụ amete wibe ọrụ zegwa. jiri otu aghara were kwụrụ ịma na nsogbu ụdị ngwa ọgọ na-esu ike naanị even nwere ike hewuo sef geenụ ntị ka unu ihe o kwuru achọrọ m just can leave a small message.
Good afternoon, good evening, depending on your time zone and depending for where you're watching us from.
Ọkwa this guy onye pụtara wee sị ejinye eme program here na ya enwenata nwaghị ike n'igwe ibe na-ewe m ka mmadụ ya ekwu okwu onye ha stand n'okwu ya ọ na-ewe m iwe na ya enwenataghị ike ijikwa mmadụ ịkọ mmadụ ọnụ ịba mmadụ mba ịgba war again na social media. Let him focused. Mana ya had possible ọnwụ na oji adagba mgbara because ọmụ na ọmụnwa onye eme na owe that 1,000 subscribers. Ya know ya ka o ji eme because o test go ọfụ na oji program niile o ji mme ọ na-ehit 1,000 something 1,500 watch mana nke ọnwụ na o mee nna ya 200 highest 300 na na-ege ya ntị ya cha nnọọ bọtara ya kwuo m mkpọmkpọ iko.
We are here once again to set the record straight. Big one. Adadi Orama, stop crying. I saw this video, I saw you are ranting, crying that you went to space. They couldn't allow you to talk. You see, Biafrans, genuine Biafrans.
Like,
you know, I have said that this woman is a bad influence.
You
know, these people who are anchoring this space, she's lamenting that she was not given a mic to speak. Space is not like YouTube. Space is where reasonable people.
Let me stop here. I try to get the rubbish, but I get let me tell you something, my dear. If you didn't do it, if you hadn't been get Muwa uronye na akpo yonu ofu ebe another place. Oti from now. And when you get one day, when you tell that our chief of staff, na emezi, awu even for ozi even benu nobi ka ọ na-eme. Awu first ha ozugbo. Eye made them asị ewu ọkwa chief of staff na ọnwụ na nji eme program kịta Biafrans ewewe iwe onji eme program kịta ndị mmadụ asị ọkwa m na-etovie kịta amadị etozie is not me. Omete tomi omete aftakwa ngwa Biafrans mba nke anọ ekweghị m ometa ya correct onwe. This is adande mpena ndegere batara ibe a jiri mee o were m iwe bịa gwukwa na o were m iwe o nwere onye oyi awawa sị mmechie m ọnụ okwu kịta ndị ilo m aṅụwa m asị this is me. Onwekwa ka o si mechi ire na enwere ike pụta the safe tiwa akwa bebe why eji menye ọ mmadụ ka nwụ. I don't hide my feelings. And they made because of ni eji me program. But whatever ndụ m na-ebido onwe m biele gị egiri jiri me. If you never know weka gị mma. Ị na-eri n'ude ada ndị mbe na ndị gada ụlọ nwaanyị na-eri n'ude. I will tell you. Mpụtakwa nkwu onye ona iji ekita wee make content goes up lo gị. Wee yewaze ndị mmadụ biko ha subscribe ka ha hit 1,000 subscriber. Number one, that na he did it good na social media. Because if you could okwu ndu jere mgba mfe jecha anata aya dị agụ okwu ọnụ imechi ọnụ nwoke na nwa na-ekwu okwu ọnụ mepe ọnụ okwu a na-apụ before even onye na-edede program gụla ya eburu ihe so ihe ejele ha si ihe eje nnọọ jee training onye ahụ ịpụta imepe ọnụ ọ na-apụ sịsị enwere nta anyị nọkịta bịa nọla na na-awọchi somebody na-agụ okwu ọnụ okwupụ ofu ochelekwuo ọzọ okwufu okwu ichere anyị na-ebe anyị sa nwa ofu arụ ichere onye Biafran struggle wee sa ahụ ịsa nwa ofu arụ echisikwere ya ogbu ike na arụ ya agbọbịafụkwa. No, Biafran struggle it must be fast and sharp. Nnameka do too small etetebehe ịpụta na struggle akpịrị agụ ji gị frustration onye na-enye gị nsogbu. Let me tell you something. Na struggle life onye egwu onye agbata ha okwe n'isi the most dangerous who struggle. Look at you. Nah, no, egwu. So na menyere content. And they talk and just need content all the time. I'm a very dangerous woman. I'm a very high dangerous woman. If you don't know it today. And I like in cause it's no good weapon. And then I'm manipulate. Money unsegu. Now unsegu la undroge. Unsegi unseseagi. Go wait to home wagi ya wade bisi no pagade. Iju because you want bisi bido male bop pagade. Maki yesi well easy yourself. And you know these things. If you are a woman, Israel even on a make instead you to work you're gonna have a war. Now you're not a man enough. In a child biria chichi the camoania bemana beba war. Nah, I didn't have a war with you. I just want change the gaka balloon with guru because a bahulu. Because subscribe one on ya 1,000 bam. I'm on a problem you finish. Also now only 1,000. Children come buy loni sick on no ebo kuye.
And by that time, I will not be giving these people attention again. We'll go to the real deal. We'll go to the real deal. But this is online, broadcasting, strategizing, brainstorming on how to make sure that things move to this very point we are now.
Yeah.
Isuman overnight. Start destroying, bringing all of them down.
Yes!
To a point that even enter Biafra.
You never know any. Shut up your hell. You see, you can never stand. I destroyed the Mauricio Ununi Pia. I like in Kisi work now. In a China, one like this, keep back again. Make if you want to go there talking. Ebi well idea that Nanji the Ununi. Imogwe Bembido. JJS. Imano Bosimbido do na this like at this stage and not today. Go and ask people Mamum Bembido Lunu now. Join a stage Bembido, where we ban no. Need too small and never a Jakife. Eguatroge Billy Ilie Lukalege. Keda Panaki wedri eji we badosi si waka. Oh, by the cop bambala. Kaka the kanya anyan jude. Ki eji we bada than them banandegede. Kagana Bokowa the guinea. No jada to this small boy, you. I just can get to go belek and wag a second the too small na jesaro. Jekamaga sagaro. Because he do okay, Sarum, we will okay, Sally, may be a metia than the boo. We boil on boom woman and a boy, and the yas, ya pun the water. Look at you. None against the couldn't folk. Obido beho, he will find this guy gone with his calm. Obido be demand deal. The deal this idiot in the check also only 1,000 subscribers before Obido his own deal. Now what deal on the Obido? He did the Obia with Wayo. Obia for the Biafran struggle. Obia for anything. Also that no go 1,000 subscribers deal here Obido. Giselle deal. Nah, you don't do it. When you reach 1,000 before your day, you a criminal. Nivi Kadima with Bido. And I go one, we go two. He goes to go if you from one. He goes see you from two. He goes if you from three. He then goes if you Onaki yes well. Number one, he bido. You don't even start well. Only the problem. If you start well, start out within the sabo. If you can start is see fight I done them banandeg. If you are no inside, you kalelegi. He can't be no nobele no well na bagoten na. What an essay me? Maneba Nike and he had an Ike. And they diet one waggy or what we him wish, not he wishing yourself. Because the go was small boy. Negate keep a war raban. Go wagaro. It's chala than them banandeg and I be menu. Bagoteve, hey, nah, Ebakaramoto ndoshi. I don't want solid for you or Quagoma melon waggy. Kind agent.
Because he first of all launched the Telegram channel, before the app itself. She now tagged that app. Say this one fake, this scam.
Him. No, I don't share him. I saw stop swinging him. Mama, we won't get Okala than the woo. Na amamo if you ask how you be an asso. I'm way swallow and get them on mana. I'm not no. I'm come up with this idiot. Okay. Let me forget the well can put can we because I'm gonna hear them cry me. Happy I be an akoko away. No one madam sorry, let me take him out. When you to bye fulana na no one names na any dig. Adam sorry. Okay, I can't stop for them. Even though I can name it. Okay, Guy Jen n'ihe ọzọ nji wee bịa. Number one, let me show you people this. Because otego na-ekwu okwu a. Na-ekwu onwela at times. Amala na-believe at times, man I believe no na-believe. This is a hotel. Edemolishly. This hotel edemolishly. Then this una demolish is a hotel. Get on to go no even a hotel.
So onye anya kpuchi ọnụ ya na alụkwọ nwa na-eme n'ala Igbo. Nwanne onye sịrị na alụ ahụ eme n'ala Igbo. So onye anya kpuchi ọnụ ya na alụkwọ nwa na-eme n'ala Igbo. Na anụchara m akụkọ maka dis ife na-eme n'ime hotel anyị na-afụ na this video. Ikela ahụ na hotel n'ala Igbo gwu m ozugbo. Hotel unu anyị na-afụ ebe a bụ hotel a na-akpọ Udoka Golden Point Hotel and Suites aka La Cruz Hotel na Ọba ka hotel a dị na Anambra State. Information na-eru anyị na-abụ na hotel a nwere more than 30 graves n'ime, nwere a lot of shrines, grave ebe a na ndị ohi na ndị kidnapper na-abịa egbu enyi ndị ha kidnap. Nwere ike lodge na this hotel ọ bụ na-amaghị gị ibi abịa ebe a kwuo ewu na were ụtụrụ aja na dị shrine dị n'ime this hotel. Ife a ka eji ekwu okwu ndị dibịa ọ na-afụ ụfọdụ ndị ụfọ, mana ndị dibịa na-eme alụ n'ala Igbo. Ịhụ na hotel a ka ha bịa nwee more than 30 graves ebe a na-eli ndị mmadụ. Alụ na-eme n'ala Igbo. Egbuo oge eje na the hotel gba m obi mmadụ ga-eji wee ndị si bata esi je na hotel nọzi n'ala Igbo na je lodge ya.
Now, unu ọfụgo okwu this man kwuru ndị dibịa. Ka pụta ogodo that side ka nkwu okwu nchọrọ ikwu nkwucha wee conclude with okwu ọsọ na ndị dibịa. Hotel niile dị na bai, hotel niile dị n'ala Igbo a na-egbu ọchụ na ya. Ma hotel Wazulike a na-egbu ọchụ. Ya all this useless rich ndị a nwere hotel. So ba n'ime hotel nwere boss nkwu n'okwu ebe a. Na hotel ndị a niile a na-egbu mmadụ. O nwere ebe a na-atụ ndị mmadụ n'ime hotel. Ịba that place na the whole hotel niile nwere n'ala Igbo ma nnukwu ma obele si jee chọọ nwere point way ebe a na-egbu ọchụ na ya. Ebe a nkaba na-alụ mpụ na-alụ n'ala niile. Ndị Fulani na-egbu n'ime ọbịa, ndị be anyị n'ime hotel kaba na-anọ. Ịmana ndị nke ndị be anyị na ha na-anọ alaike ebe a na-relax mee something ọ daba. Kunu were fụ eje na hotel niile nọ n'ala Igbo zuzugbe mpụ na-alụ ala na-eme n'ime hotel ahụ aja. Ihe a na-eme n'Ọba. This man si na enwere sheraim mmụọ ka sheraim mmadụ. Na ozi ndị dibịa na-egbuzi. Ozi ndị dibịa na-egbu. Ndị ụra na-eme mpụ na alụ ala dị iche iche na enwe ọgwụ fa ji echekwa onwe fa. Ka the spirit ji ekechi the spirit ndị fa gburu. Pana no na mmadụ were eme ya wife so that ha enwe conscience. Pala hụla the spirit of those people I hot. A na-ebugodo ụzọ kechigodo the spirit onye a na-achọ igbu egbu wee gbuo the person. Onye wa that sheraim. Asịla na obe dibia. Ọwụlọ ndị dibia na-eje na hotel egbu mmadụ. Na onye nwe hotel onye na-egbu ya wa ọchụ. So ihe hapụ eziokwu ihe ekwu ịkpọrọ ndị dibia. Adịma support kwa alụ o. Nke we eziokwu ka m na-ekwu. Sukwuo ya ụda ahụ o si dị. Na onye nwe hotel onye na-eme mpụ na arụ niile a na niile. Enwe sheraim ebe ha na-eme occultic distance ha. Ọwa ominu no dibia. Dibia ya hapụbe na shrine ya je na hotel no shrine. Ọ na-agbaziri onye ndị abịa ebe ahụ. Ọ na-agbaziri onye ndị oke ite that place. Mana ndị na-eme ya wu ife na-enwe ebe fa na-eme ya wu ya agwọ ha na-agwọ ọgwụ. Ha na-agwọ ajọ ọgwụ. Na this man kịta na-esupre da ọda n'iwu so ọlụ udo. Ọ dabazi. Maybe na ọ naghị enyezi so ọlụ udo share o kwesị inye so ọlụ udo. Ewe mee ya expose. Oya na-eme ị na-ada dance to their tune ọwụ na nwere ndị otu gụgụ na ha na-agbasara okwu ị naghị elichizi up the money achọ ka ị na-eweta ha eme ga-expose ozugbo ọkpọtụọ onye nwa na cause all this kind of thing. So imi ka ha suru ihe and that imi ahụ esuru ihe metụtara the government ime o mere metụtara the government eji wee chọzi ịbịa kịta demolish his hotel ndị ụchụ ma kwara na hotelu niile nọ na Igbo a na-eme ọnwụ na hotelu ka mmadụ na-ebu mmadụ baa o ha eburuzie the girl pụta the girl ayịbazie ala o mee ibe ọzọ ọnwụ na hotelu ka nọ mee o nwere mbosi nkwụsị jeen na hotelu ụwa zuru ike jeen mee investigation why eji ndị amị na-anọ na the gate all the time o nwere igwe ike ịba n'ime ebe ahụ wee jee mee investigation onye gere ntị nke a gwara ọba ka ọ na-eme